You cannot be everything to everyone, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, well, we do all those same things. If you don't tell or you don't define what your true, we call them leverageable points of difference, what makes your brand different, better, stronger than this other brand, the AI is going to do it for you. Now is a time where it's like you need to be very clear about your key values. We have better customer service. We are focused on whatever it is. And if you're looking for this type of company, this might be a better solution for you, because what's going to happen is AI is going to start to make those recommendations. And if you're not clear, then you're going to not be recommended for anything.
Welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host Atul Raj from the bestemailmarketer.com, and today we have Anna Covert with us. Anna, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, for our listeners who don't know you, can you tell them who you are and what do you do?
Absolutely. I'm the owner of Covert Communication, which is the largest digital marketing firm in Hawaii, but I have national recognition. I have clients all across the country, especially in home services like solar, roofing, and other different manufacturer products. So I work with companies of all sizes on their marketing, website development. I'm also the author of a marketing book that Forbes put out, The Covert Code, Mastering the Art of Digital Marketing, that Forbes published last year, about how to make sure to protect yourself from the growing fraud online today that's coming from Facebook and Google and places like that.
Yeah, like there are too many online fraud today. So, where
Right.
can someone, our listener, go and get that book?
You can go to, it's available everywhere worldwide. So you can go to Amazon or you can go to thecovertcode.com and I'll have a map of all the places, but Barnes and Noble, Target, everywhere you can buy it, or do audiobook, Kindle, those things.
Okay. So, I'm curious, how do you get started in digital marketing?
How did I start in marketing? Well, I went to business school in Boston. I graduated 21 years ago. And back then, they really didn't have online marketing. We did have websites, but they're more like a virtual brochure. They didn't engage with people. We barely had any e-commerce, right? And so it's a different world. And really, it was just another place that people could connect with you. It wasn't anything more than that. We didn't have social media, which I'm grateful for, between you and I. Would have gotten into some trouble for sure, I'm sure. But, when I graduated, I learned, the most important things in marketing, the 4 Ps: price, promotion, product, and placement. And so I moved out to Hawaii. I didn't expect to end up here, but I did. And I got a great job with being the marketing director for a salon and spa chain. And I started just, doing the traditional marketing. I wrote business plans for their school. And then Facebook came along and online started to become more prevalent. But we had to teach ourselves how to do those things. And then I went to an agency again. I was not doing online, but as chance happened, I needed to build a website for someone. And that's when WordPress first came out. And I had a boyfriend who was a photographer, and he was very good looking, but he was not the brightest tool in the shed. We'll put it that brighter star in the sky. And he was telling me that he was building WordPress websites for people. And I was like, oh, wow, like if you can do it, I can do it. Right. And I had a bad back injury. So I needed to, I was doing physical therapy. And the physical therapist asked if I would build her a website. And I was like, yes, I will. And so that started me on my journey of discovery and to WordPress and then Google Ads. And then from there, I just learned how to be where I am today, which is a leader in the industry.
Okay. So, who do you help? Who are your ideal clients?
Who are some of my clients? Oh, I work with all kinds of clients, but some of my bigger ones are REC Group. They're a big manufacturer. I worked with SunPower before their bankruptcy, Maxion, Panasonic. I built their first solar calculator. And then locally, I've worked with all different types. I mean, even Ocean Vodka, they're on the Big Island. I'm sorry, Maui. They have worldwide distribution. But real estate, lots of hospitals, hospital networks, build products and different technology solutions for all different types of enterprise Fortune 500 companies and little mom and pops. I mean, I have some local food items here in Hawaii that I love, like rice, curry rice, and other different types of little snacks and things. So all different types.
By the way, what do you think? What are the most common mistake business owners are making when it comes to building their email list?
I think the biggest thing that they do is they want to share lists. So it's like, oh, let's say you have a company, and we've done this, I've done this here in Hawaii, like, made in Hawaii products. You sell cookies, I sell Aloha shirts. Let's trade lists, right? And it seems great in practice, but what happens is it's it violates all the different opt-in rules, and now people are what happens is you get too many spams, people don't know who you are, they spam you, now your whole email list is at risk, and then you can't send, you have to do a double opt-in. Those are one of the biggest concerns. What we like to do is, if you want to share and you find that, yes, your customer, my customer, they don't compete, they're complementary, I'll do an email blast for you and you do an email blast for me. So I'll do one to my customers saying, oh, it's Christmas in Hawaii, and because you love my made in Hawaii snacks, you might also like these Aloha gifts, right? Here's a coupon code. You can opt in and to a special code, right? And they do the same thing for you. And now you're protecting the integrity of the campaign. You're making sure that people who do opt in are really interested. And that's one of my big tips,
Okay,
especially over
so
the holiday.
when you said complimentary, then can you say like a website building services complements SEO
Yeah.
and Facebook marketing complements email marketing, those kind of things?
I think so. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Or if you're, maybe you're Costco and you have tires or, whatever, it's something but those are good examples.
Okay, so as someone who advised Fortune 500 companies on AI and CRM automations, so what changes do you think most brands need to make to stay competitive at this age of AI?
I think it's really understanding that how the change is happening, right? So how AI is directly going to impact your ability to be found online, right? And so we had SEO for the last 20 years, search engine optimization. We know what that is. What people rarely know about is called AEO, or Ask Engine Optimization. Ask or answer engine optimization, depending on who you ask, right? And that we've had since 2020. And that's how the AI is recommending things, right? If you search for something, up pops the Gemini AI overview in Google. Or if you go to ChatGPT, that's part of answer engine optimization. But the next one that people don't know is happening literally right now is called GEO, generative engine optimization. How does AI compare you to a competitor? So now if you go to ChatGPT and you ask it, what is the best, who talks about digital advertising? Up, we're going to pop a couple authors, you'll see me there. And then it's going to ask you at the bottom, do you want me to compare them for you? That is GEO. So now I think one of the things that we have to understand is you cannot be everything to everyone, right? Everyone's like, oh, well, we do all those same things. Well, no, you don't. And if you don't tell or you don't define what your true, we call them leverageable points of difference, what makes your brand different, better, stronger than this other brand, the AI is going to do it for you. So now is a time where it's like you need to be very clear about your key values. We have better customer service. We are focused on whatever it is. And if you're looking for this type of company, this might be a better solution for you. Because what's going to happen is AI is going to start to make those recommendations. And if you're not clear, then you're going to not be recommended for anything.
And yeah, how do you determine like which platform you should use for which client?
For when you say data mine, you mean the scraping things? What do you mean?
Like for different industry, like for different product, there are different clients, right? I mean customers, and like many people stay time in different platforms. So for according to those customers, how do you decide where should you market to them?
Well, I'm doing marketing based off of, interest pool, right? So I have pixels on the client's websites, like StackAdapt pixel, Quantcast pixel, different types of behavioral pixels. And so then I drive traffic to the site, and that can come from lots of different ways. It could be an event, it could be from email marketing, it could be from Google ads or Facebook ads or whatever. We have to identify what kind of audience we're looking for. Are they young? Are they old? Are they, we pick different opportunities to engage with customers. Then once they come to our website, we pixel them. And then as they leave, now I'm following them wherever they go with very aggressive cross programmatic remarketing. So they go to watching a television program, I can remarket to them there through CTV or OTT, in-game, very exciting opportunity, even podcast streaming sponsorships. So once we get that user to our mothership, which is the website, then we're staying top of mind because you need to serve someone at least 7 messages or they'll forget you.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people, they forget. They're like, oh, they got onto the website and now what? Well, that's when the real magic starts to happen. So how many times can we reach them? How fast and for how cheap? I don't care where they are. I don't care what they're reading. All I care about is that they came to my website one time.
Okay,
Now I follow them. Yeah,
okay. So once they came to your website, you can advertise them wherever they go.
right. That's right. I
Okay.
follow them. We cyber stalk them.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay, so can you tell us about a campaign or a project that you are really proud of?
Sure. Gosh, there's so many, but I think I just launched a leads program for RAC Group a couple months ago, and they're one of the largest American manufacturers of solar panels. And we created a solar calculator and lead program for them. So it's right now it's kind of matchmaking. So someone is interested in solar, they come to their site, they fill out their requirements, and then we in the back end with our code, Reactium code, we're matchmaking them with an installer who is perfect for them, like a gold level installer. And so that's been very exciting. And we're getting ready to roll out some other initiatives around that. Also, since you're interested in email, one thing we're doing is a lot of customization of CRMs. So we call it speed to lead, right? So second someone is interested in a product on your website, it goes into Go High Level or Salesforce or Zoho, right? And then we're immediately emailing them, texting them, and then even sending them a custom tailored direct mail in their mailbox,
Wow.
through automation.
That,
So a lot of those types of things are being helpful.
by the way, how important is to build a targeted email list?
It's very important. I think is it's most important thing though is you have to know when it's time to pull the plug too.
Mhm.
'Cause, marketers were like chipmunks. We're just like hoarding all of the data. Like, oh, it's our data. We can't. No one else can have any. But the fact is that we call this universal consent. And in some countries, you have to, in Europe, like GDRP, if I give you my email, so like right now is perfect time to talk about this because the holiday, every website you go to, they're like, oh, give us your email, give us your text, we'll give you 15% off your first order. Well, you always do it, right? Because you'd be stupid not to, right? So you put your email in and your text in, and then you may buy it, you may not buy it. But if you decide you don't want it later, or you might buy it, now you don't want more emails. It's a one off, right?
Mhm.
When you unsubscribe, really, truly, they should be unsubscribing you from everything. It's called universal consent. It should be just as easy for me to be opted in as opted out of
Mhm.
messaging. And I shouldn't have to be like, oh, unsubscribe from the email, say stop to text. They're calling me. I'm like, take me off your list. That shouldn't have to happen, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
same thing with email is how did you get the data? Did they opt in? Are you purging data? Like, are you looking to see, okay, well, they haven't opened an email in a year. Let's archive them, right?
Mhm.
Because it's just costing you money and they're obviously not responding.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like the day today is about zero click. Like we don't want old data. We want it to be, you know, we want the customers to actually want the data or want messaging from us. And if they're not, then pull the plug because it's costing you money and it's risky.
Yeah, exactly. And chances are, if someone is not opening email for 1 year, of course, they're not going to open in the future.
Right. And then you have to store it. You
Yeah,
have to send it. And what's the point? They're dating someone else.
yeah,
Right. So stop contacting them.
exactly. Or maybe they lost their email.
Right. I mean, they get so many emails now. I mean, it's just outrageous how many emails you get that
Yeah.
I think, really think about, is this valuable? And then everyone wants to do a holiday email. You know what? Why? Like, is that valuable to your customer? Do they need you to say Happy Thanksgiving to them? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. But being more thoughtful about, the abuse of people's inboxes, I think, is also part of making it make it count when you do send the email. Make it interesting so that they are like waiting and interested in you.
You know what? I was having conversation with my marketing coach, and according to him, I made a mistake. Okay, here's what happened. So I built an email list, and the list is only of business owners. Okay, but I didn't make targeted niche oriented business owner. So because of that, whatever I sell, I cannot able to speak directly to them. So what's your thought on that?
So when you say targeted, you didn't pick like a certain type of industry.
Yes, exactly. It's just business owners.
Well, it depends on what your message is.
Okay.
I mean, you can be more niche. I mean, so here's an example. Like, let's say I did a very successful campaign for an exit planner years ago.
Mhm,
And what we decided is, okay, if you're going to exit plan, meaning you want to sell your company, right?
mhm,
That's what he did. He helped people sell their companies, called exit planning. So we identified a certain vertical, which was construction owners, people who own construction companies. So I found these 20 owners of construction companies in Hawaii that had been in business for this many years. Now I did a targeted at the time FedEx campaign. So I was FedExing them 3 different opportunities because we knew that FedEx got right into the hand of the business owner. Regular mail, email, are they opening it? Maybe, maybe not. So the first one was a beautiful postcard or mailer invitation to a lunch and learn about construction industry exit planning. That would be targeted. The next thing was a little baseball bat. When you're ready to break free, call us. The last thing was a cell phone, burner cell phone. When you're ready to exit, we're your only call. Now, the last 2 messages there really could have been sent to anyone. It was the first one that was for construction people. Did that have any impact on the overall campaign? Maybe, maybe not. But it depends on what your messaging is. You could certainly had this whole campaign and just had a lunch and learn on exit planning. Didn't have to be about construction, right? So if you're targeting people or business owners, what is the message for them?
mhm.
And could it be better if it was tailored? Maybe, but it really depends on what you're selling.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Totally depends on what we're selling. Okay. So for our listeners who want to get help from you or want to connect with you, where can they go?
Oh, well, I have a lot of sites, but they could go to annacovert.com. That's where I have 2 podcasts as well. I have about 60,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I also interview interesting guests there. I have some marketing coaching that I do as well, and articles from Forbes, and both of my books are there. Or they can connect with me on LinkedIn. Anna Covert, you'll see me on the first couple pages of Google, so it should be easy to find me.
Awesome, Anna. Thank you so much for spending some time with us and sharing your
My pleasure.
wisdom. It was really fun chatting with you.
You too. Thanks so much for inviting me. Aloha.
Yep.